The name's Verve. Yeah, just Verve. If you need a last name, you can put Squallrun or something, but that's only because you asked. I understand you need me to answer these questions for your report or whatever, but I've already told you everything I know. I really don't get why I'm still being questioned. Yeah, no, I get it. It was dangerous and stupid and I could have died, but if it wasn't for me, the girl definitely would have been toast. Plus, between you and me, I've always wanted to jump into a burning building all heroic-like. I was just looking for some sort of compensation for my services, so why the interrogation? I guess that's a good point. Would you believe I just happened to be in the right place at the right time? No? Okay, fine. Few days ago, these peeps at Solas talked some big game that this rich pomp security system was the most advanced in the Steadfast. Airtight, Nera, out the wazoo. I'll spare you the deets, but bottom line, I'm getting paid by these smooth brains to find the weaknesses in this Numsec. That's Numenera security for the uninitiated. But I never intended to give it to them. They paid me half already, and I was gonna sell this drive back to the owner for more shins. That's what I was doing here. Finished the job too, in case anyone was interested. I was on my way out when the explosion went off. I started running, but then I heard the girl. No one was around. The security team was scrambling. What was I, an upstanding citizen of Charmant, mind you, supposed to do? Alright, we can split hairs all we want, but that's gonna land us nowhere. How about this proposal? I don't even want the shins, keep them. I give you all the info I have on the Numsec, plus the names of the dudes that paid me. In return, I walk free, and you lose the name Verve from your database.
Alright, y'all. We ended a couple minutes early today. What story would y'all like to hear before your folks come pick you up? How about... Well, you've already heard about the time we met Banshee, and the time the vessel launched into the sky. How about... how Remnant came to be? Well, a couple years ago there was an accident in Charmant, a city far to the west. A big old piece of Numenera was destroyed that kept the iron wind out. Before it was fixed, the wind came through the city, tearing it to shreds. So instead of trying to rebuild and pick their life back up, a small group of us came out here to try our luck in the beyond. And we found that, the big old donut-shaped thing in the sky. While it was still on the ground, a couple of us were told to take a look inside. I was there, and y'all know Nova. There was also Rochelle, the grumpy knife lady at the edge of town, and Verve, another friendly fellow around here. Eventually, after some fighting and button pressing, Verve got it flying, but raiders were coming. Now, your folks might have told you about this part, how a man named Crimson and his people wanted it. A terrible man who wouldn't let anything get in the way of what he wanted. But we all got in his way, all of Remnant. And Black Cloak watchers went around the ninth world telling everyone what happened that day. How Remnant was a place you can go to start over. A place to build a new home. Alright, time for y'all to go home. I'll see y'all tomorrow, and don't forget your homework. And Dante, I don't want to hear that Ash ate it. Rochelle don't let him eat that kind of stuff.
Sorry, I didn't see you there. I was looking at something else. My name is Nova, and I'm on a mission. I'm not sure where I'm going or what I'm looking for exactly, but my ma always told me I'd know it when I saw it. I've got a bit of a knack for that, ever since I was little. My ma and I, and some of my aunties and uncles and sibs too, we've got that knack for seeing what others don't. When I was little, I thought everyone saw like me. What do I see? Different things, depending. It's hard to explain. When I look at a tree or a flock of birds, I see perfect order and symmetry forever, going on and on, longer than humans can count or the most powerful scope can see. But at the same time, everything is bundled up tight inside itself, like a leaf ready to unfurl. I told you it was hard to explain. It helps a lot with our work, though. People come to us with their problems sometimes. Well, I shouldn't say us. We're just the caretakers of the temple. I'm sure you've noticed it. the strange building just as you cross over the mountains into the beyond. We've been there a long time. People come to us when they need to know that there's the promise of order in the chaos, or the hope of chaos in the order, or sometimes they're just following a feeling. And that's what I'm doing now. We've known for a while that the temple had a missing piece, so when I started growing up stronger than my sibs, the quest fell on me. My family taught me to be self-sufficient, just in case I needed to be on my own for a while. It can be dangerous wandering around alone, but I'm not worried about finding what I need. I'm sure the path I walk is straight in some dimension.
Captain's log. Ugh, wait, that just sounds dumb. This is Rashiel. Approximately year 2 since leaving Charmond and arriving in Remnant, I decided to start this journal because I haven't been sleeping well or often since King Crimson's raid. It's been better as of late, but it's to the point where I need to do something differently or I'll never be productive again. My head keeps replaying those moments over and over, being so focused on protecting the settlement, then falling, trying to make my peace with the certainty of imminent death, then just as quickly being alive, safe on solid ground. Since then, all I ever want to do is just work on what I know best: ciphers, artifacts, Numenera. Licton and I both have that in common now, and we spend a lot of time together building. It helps. In fact, being with Nova helps too. So does being with Verve, more than I thought. Sabine understands more than anyone else, I think. My conversation with her before the raid, it changed me. Changed how I've been carrying my past. I am not defined by my trauma. Remnant seems keen on making us local leaders since the raid. I want no part of that. I just want to continue carving out a life here. This place that I almost died for, this peace that I have spilled blood for, this body that I have spent my whole life hiding. I'm done hiding.
And we are live.
I don't know if that went through. I hope it did. Anyway, hello everybody, and welcome to episode 6 of Numenera Remnant. I hope everybody is having a great night. Tonight we are back with our core 4 of persistent players, and yeah, I'm happy to be here. Let's quickly ask our players who wants to do the recap.
That's fine, I'll do it. Well, last time after Nova was able to lead us into this giant thing of synth steel, and we did a whole lot of spelunking, kind of, in a way. And anyway, we got to a vertex, which is a portal to the data sphere. And it was a good thing we had Mar there, because he kind of acted like a guide. In fact, he seemed really comfortable there. It was a weird place. I was translucent. Everybody else looked a little bit strange. Somebody was taller, I think. But Mar was another level of just being completely unfazed and being okay with interfacing with all of the weirdness that was there. We were there to kind of figure out a way to stop that virus from interrupting the power source of Icarus so that, you know, our town doesn't end up pancaked. It had 2 cores, and we, being the geniuses we are, decided to split the party so that we could attempt to address both of them at the same time. It actually went okay. Me, Verve, and Mar went into one, and it made me very angry, and Mar and I argued like crazy. It was wild. Verve just kind of kicked the wall, I think, and then like froze in midair for a while. Anyway, it was fine. From what I hear from Licton and Nova, they saw something way more abstract something like a war room of all these generals just kind of endlessly waging war for their own gains. Very disturbing. Licton, in particular, seemed very disturbed by it. Not that I can blame him. We managed to, yet again, fight ourselves in those memes, as they managed to, well, not managed to, they kind of appeared in the data sphere. And, of course, we had to fight them. That was a weird fight. um, it was a very hard fight. A lot of us came out of it much, much worse for the wear. And we were lucky to make it out into that other vertex in one piece. Even luckier, it turns out that other vertex was a portal to the reverberant coil, which is where Nova is from. So at the moment, we're all kind of recuperating, refreshing, and a meta level, refreshing our pools because, oh my god, death was very close. And weirdly, this is the first time I am around Nova's family, even though we dated a couple years ago. And that's odd.
And that is where we will pick up tonight. We can say that this is some indeterminate point in time later. Whether it's the next morning or 2 mornings away, it doesn't really matter. Timey-wimey nonsense. One thing I will say that you have noticed this morning is that Mar has slipped away. He certainly made it out of the data sphere with you. Received a variety of different types of knowing glances from the community in which you find yourself, and overnight he seems to have disappeared. Which is not to necessarily say that his presence seems to be particularly missed. Whatever his actual association was with this place, with this community, it seems to have become strained over time. In any case, today is a new day in which all of your pools are refreshed. And what would everyone like to do today in this new community? The Reverberant Coil is a group of more or less nomads. They travel around I don't want to say around the base of a mountain because that's not quite the right impression. They travel in a nebulous area, around the side of a particular mountain range known as the Black Riage, which is what separates the quote-unquote more civilized lands of the Steadfast and their 9 kingdoms with the Beyond, which is a much less well-defined area in which Remnant sits. So you find yourself among these nomads who just happened to be around their sort of home base, as it were, the Reverberant Coil proper, which is where you have this variety of wagons, which are both wheeled and some of them hover, and some of them, there's also a variety of tents, and just it's definitely a traveling group which you find yourself on.
I think after saying hi to people that I know, after resting and eating, I think I want to study the vertex and the reverberant coil now that it is functional.
Sure. The vertex of the reverberant coil is very much different from the one in the ruin which you explored. The ruin that you explored, honestly, it half looked like it was a relic or something from another time, just sort of placed in a vault. It just seemed, it was like a small discrete object, whereas this sort of semicircular Numenera installation, almost like a kind of amphitheater, is very much integrated into the space. This is the one place that this installation has been and will always be, presumably. So this, rather than being like a discrete object, is a full installation. What particularly would you like to study about it?
Probably specifically what makes it tick the vertex. Like maybe like what part was damaged. Maybe help the coil re-get those blueprints up and running for if this ever happens again.
Okay, why don't you make me then an understanding Numenera roll? Because I think it would be interesting for you to get this information. I'll put this at a challenge 5.
I will spend 1 level of effort.
All right, you 1 level of effort. I know you're specialized, so you brought it down to a challenge
2.
Target number 6.
I got an 8.
All right, you pass. So you're able to determine that there's nothing seemingly physically wrong with the installation here at the coil. You do see a variety of like seemingly anachronistic patches and hot fixes that seem to have been done here. There does seem to be some maintenance that has been performed on the physical structure proper, but everything to your knowledge appears to be working, and you know that neither Nova nor Mar nor any of you have really made efforts to repair this physical structure. So you would be able to determine that whatever was wrong with this particular installation was a function of AM's activity. This is not a hardware problem, this was a software problem.
In that case, I'd also make a map where if this did go down again, they would know where the other vertex is.
Sure. All right.
In case they need to go in from another location.
Yeah, sure. I would say that would be easy enough. And, you know, Mar did not, he did not tell me that he provided the people of Remnant with the information that he was dispatched with. So they accept this map that you provided them very gratefully, as their last map has been appropriated.
But that's where I am, if anyone looks for me.
I think if it's all right with you, I might find you there. So perhaps like as you're inspecting, Nova will walk up and sort of like almost like kind of skip over in your direction. So, good morning, Lichten. What have you been able to discover?
I think it takes me a second before I realize you're there, because I'm just too busy scribbling. Oh, good morning, Nova. Not much, really. There wasn't much. Apparently what happened and why this broke a while ago was because of AM. So I don't know how much help I'm going to be in terms of getting it set back up if it breaks down again on this end, but I gave some of your folks map to the other vertex.
I suppose if it breaks down again, we'll do what we've done in the past and send someone out. See, I told you from the very first times that we met that we would be able to fix it somehow.
I never doubted it.
And it turns out that you were a part of that.
Well, in some ways, I guess. Hopefully it don't break down anytime soon, and the next person that goes out's gonna be a little more prepared than you were.
Was that reassuring? Oh, I no offense, like after spending so much time with Mar, it's made me perhaps given me reason to examine whether I was truly prepared for my mission.
You are as prepared as I think you could have been.
You could see like Nova trying to like rub a brain cell against something. Okay.
It ain't your fault the other pilgrim went missing, with everything that you would need.
Well, also I have to point out that in the end I did have everything that I need.
Oh?
Well, we got the job done. And by we, I mean mostly you, but
I didn't do anything.
it all turned right in the end.
We all did something. It was Ma's fault, and last time I checked, we all put a beating on him. Put it.
Oh, from what you've told me, I almost skewered him like a kebab.
It's what you're good at.
It's not pleasant to not be in control of your mind.
That right. That's right.
So many unpleasant things.
I kind of put my book away and like to do a big old stretch. Do you know what the plan is? Have you seen Rochelle or Verve?
Not so far today. I think I was hoping to maybe show Rochelle around a little bit. Have a couple of good meals. Say some hellos. But then eventually we have to get back to our community.
Make sure everything's all right. That what we did actually worked.
I'm sure it's fine. I have a good feeling about it.
Let's maybe touch base with the other two and figure out what we're doing in the next day or so.
Other two?
We do.
What are you up to?
You first.
Fine. I am probably just chilling in whatever quarters I have been given, trying to repair the awful damage that has been done to my mechanical self.
Sure.
So I'm probably just doing that, kind of keeping low.
Sure.
Haven't suffered this much damage in a really long time, including the finale. So I think that she's kind of keeping to herself and just trying to put things back where they go.
Gotcha.
And make them stay there.
Sure. Verve?
And I think Verve would be just wandering around the area, just interacting with NPCs and trying to just make friends.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Hey, oh, you should come by Remnant sometime. We just saved it. There's no chance it's gonna be flat in the next couple of weeks or so.
Couple of weeks. Oh my god. Sure. Yeah. The people of the Coil seem to be well, they certainly seem to be friendly and grateful enough. You find them to be generally pretty pleasant, an affable bunch. Very sociable, very generous.
Do we get to meet Nova's family? Well, not me, but...
No, but why don't you quickly describe your family for us, as it were?
I mean, so in the broadest terms, if you've spoken to anyone in Sequoia, you've met Nova's family. The boundaries are a little bit hazy of who's who's really in whose family directly. But so Licton, you and Verve before, you would have met like some people that Nova really considers like her closest crew. She has 2 mothers, 1 father, and of course, you would have either met briefly, played with her little child, who at this point is 3. I want to say 3, and who's probably off running somewhere around doing toddler things. Yeah.
I may have done some uncle type activities like throwing her up in the air and stuff like that.
Totally. Yeah, she probably comes running over at some point. So I guess the open question, she probably likes you better than she does me. But yeah, I guess also there would be a point at which, in addition to parents, I've got some siblings, cousin type things. So there's probably 6-ish other young adults, roughly my age, who like kind of come over and are like, Nova, ah! Mm-hmm. I assume they're happy to see me. I can't, I don't want to speak for all the NPCs in this town.
Yeah, no, the Coils are definitely happy to see you, Nova. You are very much, over whatever period of time you decide to spend here, a very much celebrated figure to a certain extent. But the rest of you would also be able to determine over the course of time that the Reverberant Coil, the people of it, are really just a sort of amorphous pod of different polycules that just travel around and do their own thing.
This is something I imagine this is over, like, hanging out with the party time. When we left Charmant, I imagined that we were going to end up something like this community here. Not really staying in one place and just moving around. I mean, don't get me wrong, Remnant's great and all. It's just when I had imagined leaving Charmant, I never would have thought we'd find a settlement that houses thousands of people and staying there.
Honestly, Remnant might have turned out like that if those watchers didn't show up and blab their mouths.
Or their robes, or whatever they had.
Whatever
Did they have mouths?
I don't know.
If they had mouths, then they really should have kept them unflapping.
What, you're not happy with the way that Remnant has grown?
Oh, I mean, don't Remnant is wonderful the way it is. I love it. It's there's a whole reason why I'm stuck around. But when leaving Charmant, the main driving factor was that we're not the behind my decision to leave was that there weren't going to be many people around. Like, you know why I left. The less eyes, the better. But there's still a part of me that wonders what it would have been like to just keep moving, not running, just moving.
It can get a little tiring, constantly moving from place to place.
There was a point when I knew every single person that lived in Remnant. That changed so fast. And they all know me for some reason.
I was going to say, I think everyone still somehow knows who you are. If only because you're the debt collector.
You're also charismatic as heck.
No, okay, here's the thing though. No, I never said I was a debt collector. Someone just decided.
You did collect a debt though.
Yeah, but Callie was being a shit.
Callie is always a shit. I'm just saying, you performed the function that is central to the role of debt collector, therefore that's how people know you. I don't make the rules.
Can I just be Verve? I don't want to be the debt collector. I hated debt collectors so bad.
Oh, I think it's hysterical. But I agree with you. I think that some days Remnant reminds me too much of Charmand in really bad ways. I'm scared that those same things that made Charmand both a wonderful and difficult place to live those same things could happen to Remnant, just depending on the people who choose to move there.
Gotta learn from other people's mistakes.
Yeah, that's hard on the... I think that's easy for... What I'm trying to say is I know that I can trust us, you guys, and a couple of other people in Remnant to do that, not make the same mistake 8,000 times, because we've been through a lot, we've seen a lot. But I don't know about anybody else in Remnant. I don't know.
I always thought that that's kind of the reason why we stuck around, was to make sure Remnant didn't turn into just another Charmand or some other city in the Steadfast. What I'm curious about is Nova. Why would you, other than your whole being the pilgrim, and right? Am I saying that right? Why would you decide to stick around in Remnant and not go back to this?
I think for you, you see a place like this and you don't... It looks perhaps idyllic and perfect and peaceful and calm, but there are problems here. There are fights. There's anguish and pain and heartbreak, and you see a sad person over there. We no longer speak. We respect each other, of course, but there are problems here, just as there are in Remnant, and just as there are in Charmand, and just as there are whenever people exist together.
And if I may also pop in as well, I had a home way out east, but also Ninth World is huge, full of different things. It can get pretty boring. Not gonna lie. Small town out in the beyond, same thing day in, day out. You don't have to stay in one place if you find it not to your liking.
And one thing that Remnant has that the Coil does not have is people who see things differently. In addition to our problem, honestly, it was a wonderful place to grow up and live, and I'm surrounded by people I love and who love me, but we do attract a certain type. And our traditions are not for everyone. I was eager to give something else a try. But it's nice to know that I can always come back. And honestly, Verve, if you find Remnant not a good fit for you, you would be welcome here. Any of you would.
That's why I like your family.
You're a good family.
Anyway, speaking of Remnant, when do we want to get going?
Well, I'm all patched up as far as I can tell, so I can go anytime. I'm sure Ash is going to be missing me. I guess I miss him too.
And yeah, I'm good to go whenever. I just figured you might want to stick around, hang out with the family a little bit longer, but if you feel like it's time to go, then I know you like it here.
I like it here, but I also like Remnant. I also want to check in on them and make sure that getting rid of Am actually worked. Check in with the Central Intelligence.
Yeah.
I still don't want it to get squished.
That, and I think you mentioned checking in on making sure if Pandora was going to kill you immediately or sometime after you get back.
I did tell her. I highballed it and said 2 weeks. I don't think we're at that mark yet.
I don't know how long.
I don't think it's been 2 weeks. Hopefully. I'm crossing my fingers. Ma did say that the datasphere time worked differently and only a couple minutes might have passed, but we'll find out.
Yeah, I guess so.
Pandora's gonna kill me. Alex, shut up! I can see you talking. Hopefully it hasn't been more than 2 weeks and they don't think we're dead.
I mean, depending on how healing goes, like, it would have taken me probably more than a day to just, like, get my flesh back together.
I mean, it doesn't take a long time for her to do these things. She probably would have it done in a day, day and a half max.
So soon?
Yeah,
All right.
it's nice to be somewhere different, though.
Not stressful.
It does seem very laid back here. It makes me wonder what other ways of living people have out here.
If you ever want to go traveling, I'll bring you a couple places. See what's different.
I might do that.
So, is there anything in particular anyone would like to accomplish in the Riverbrink Coil?
Just before we leave, there's someone I need to talk to.
Sure. Who would you like that to be?
I need to go find Julia.
All right, sure. She is definitely easy enough to find. She is probably, if not the youngest person in the coil, definitely among the youngest people in the coil. So it's most certainly not difficult to find her.
Yeah. What's she up to?
She's up to, like you said, random toddler type stuff. You know, playing in the dirt, trying to hang out with, you know, the older kids. You know, she definitely, she seems to be well liked by everybody here, more or less. You know, even the people who you would generally perceive as to be the grumpier people, or, you know, people who maybe don't have time to, you know, hang out with kids or something like that, even they seem to tolerate her well.
Adorable. So I'm gonna watch her playing for a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
And actually, and as I'm doing that, I'm good. Is there like a stick on the ground? Can I find a stick?
Yes, it is not difficult to find a stick out here.
Cool. Okay. Well, I'm gonna find a stick. I'm just gonna like kind of like balance it on my shoulder, like carry it behind me, like she tries like 4 different stick placements to try and just gives up and relegates herself to feeling awkward. But I'm gonna walk over and be like, hey,
hi,
sunshine.
Hi.
And I'm gonna like crouch down. Do you remember me?
I do.
You go by Julia now. That's right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, you just turned 3. Well, listen. I have to go again.
Okay.
There's things I have to do that are far from here.
She looks at you. You get the sense of understanding and not understanding at the same time.
But listen, I thought before I have to go, I could teach you something really important.
Okay.
Because, you know, I know that you can keep yourself safe, but I need your help to keep your friends and family safe too. And I'm gonna give her the stick.
All right. She takes the stick with enthusiasm.
Be like, okay, so I want you to watch me and try and copy, okay? And I'm just gonna do like a real quick like jab with my own spear,
Sure.
just kind of into the air.
Sure. Yeah, and as soon as you produce your own spear, she looks at it in sort of amazement, because your spear was provided to you as a piece of equipment once you became the pilgrim and once you left. So it is something that has been in the community for a while. And even though she hasn't been in the community for a while, she doesn't necessarily know the import of it. She is still aware that, like, she's still able to tell something special when she sees it.
So actually, so then that kid's gonna be like, oh, you probably, I showed you this, but you were very small. You probably don't remember. Does it have a name? Does this thing have a name?
Do you want to name it? It does not have a name in and of itself. No.
So in that case, you know, this is my spear.
She looks over it very intently.
Yeah,
You
you can.
probably have to grab her hand to keep her from poking at the tip.
Yeah, oh no, not there. You're going to touch it. You have to touch it here. This is where your hands go. Yeah, you can hold it for a moment. Oh, let's like put her hands where my hands go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, you probably have to support a decent bit
Yeah,
of the weight of it.
hold it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But,
she's holding it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. I use this to protect my friends. Okay. So we'll just learn one thing, okay?
Sure.
Okay.
She imitates you. It's a bit clumsy. It's a bit of a clumsy movement, but she's got the spirit.
Yeah. I'll like, you know, correct her form like a little bit, like, no, one more time. And then whatever she does after that, I'm like, good job.
Yeah, sure.
Sarah, keep practicing.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be back.
Sure. You definitely get the sense that she is going to keep practicing.
Okay, go run and play.
She goes ahead and does it. Not before giving you a hug goodbye, though.
Oh, fat. You'll be good. Be good.
I will.
No, you will.
I would have also said my goodbyes to everybody, especially
Sure.
Julia, but I'm not gonna. I can't one up. I'm not gonna one up that.
No.
I refuse.
Mm-hmm.
That's cute as hell. The cutest tuber.
Cutest
Oh
tuber.
my god.
Can I get a shirt? I want a shirt.
I'm pretty sure someone can make that happen.
I don't know if I need a shirt, but put it on the imaginary merch list.
All right. So, if no one has anything left to do at the Reverberant Coil, it is not long before you end up leaving. You are sent off with more than enough food and rations and good directions to get to Remnant in, with very little difficulty. Even though the people of the Reverberant Coil don't head out east, like far east enough to like be at Remnant ever, they are still able to give you like really solid guidance in terms of like how to get there from here. And so it doesn't take you longer than a day or two max to get back to Remnant.
Can we see the vessel still flying?
The vessel very much still flying.
Hey!
I think as soon as that's an eye shot, we're all like,
Yeah.
We did it!
Yep,
We did it.
You break through the tree line and you see this very hastily constructed city that you have found yourself living in, and this giant stark white ruin, very much still flying above you.
Yeah, see, there was nothing to worry about, no doubt. We've got this.
oh
Got
my
this.
god, that was so stressful.
I will also say that if you're heading in, the first thing you would pass of interest on the way in would be Pandora's house. Just because that she specifically built her house on the outside, on the outskirts of the city, or where the outskirts of the city once were.
I would definitely like to stop in if they look like they are home.
Yeah, sure. She does look like she's home. You're able to pop in, no problem, and you see her working at a desk. Oh,
Knock,
hey,
knock.
yeah, she pops it open. Oh, hey, Lipton. Did you forget something?
What do you mean?
You said you were leaving.
How long ago did I say I was leaving?
5 hours? 6 hours, maybe?
Oh, motherfucker.
What?
Let me not you. Damn it. I'll explain later, but the long and short of it, it sounds like the data sphere did some timey-wimey bullshit. We did what we were supposed to do already.
Okay. That's that's very interesting, but
We could hypothesize later, but I guess you don't have to cover those classes for me?
are you sure?
Well, I'll come back to you about it. Let me talk and touch
Okay.
base with everyone else first.
Sure.
Say hi to Poppy for me again, I guess.
Will do.
Sorry.
Welcome back. I think.
Thanks. I gotta tell the rest of them. I'll see you soon. Like,
Yeah, sure. You all watch Lipton leave Pandora's house seeming very confused.
I was gonna say, I think while he's doing that, I'm just gonna go straight to Sabine's to
Sure.
let her know, like, hey, we did
Yeah,
it.
sure. Yeah, you head off to the center of town. You're able to pop into Sabine's house, no problem.
Knock, knock.
Oh, she pops open there. Oh,
Hi.
hey, Rashiel, did you forget something?
No, I don't think. Did you find something? Did I forget something? Do you know something? What did I forget?
I mean, I don't know, but you just left like 5 hours ago.
I'm sorry, what?
I just watched you and the rest of everybody fly away in the flyer like 5 hours ago.
Okay, two things. One, we definitely left like a couple of days ago, maybe a week. I don't know how long it's been. Number two, we did go to the data sphere.
The flyer hasn't been ready for a week. I
Wait,
finished it this morning.
Rachel's going to take a seat and just like stare, trying to work out what the fuck.
where are Nova and Verve?
Where are Nova and Verve?
I think we're in the road outside.
I was
Well-
gonna say the first thing that Verve wants to do is go get some food that he is very comfortable with and very familiar with. None of these petal flower type things that.
Oh, I was gonna share some. I was literally thinking about sharing some with you on the way home, and I didn't.
Oh my god. Yeah, so you're able to get some food, whether that's going by your own house and making yourself something, or going.
Are you kidding me? Verve can't cook.
I mean, I wasn't gonna say it, but you know, now that you have.
Yeah, no. He's going to. I imagine Remnant has some sort of like kitchen, like a communal area, like a hawker
Yes, it
plaza or
does.
something.
Yeah,
So
something
basically,
like that.
Licton was the one cooking all the time.
Or yeah, at
Or
some
eating
point,
out.
Yeah.
no. If Verve ever said he cooked, that means he ordered something and then tried to pass it off as his own cooking.
Yes.
I love it. That's so good.
He'll go and as soon as he gets I don't know what kind of food is there, but when he gets it in hand, stuffs it in his mouth, he goes, oh my god, you don't know the kind of food I've been having for the past week. This is godsend. Thank you. Never change your recipes. This is the best.
Someone from like off to the side, like, week?
Is it Varl?
Yeah, sure. Let's say it's
Yes.
What do you
Varl,
mean week?
we've
I
been
saw you
gone.
this morning.
Wait, no, hold on. No. Varl, I know there's that person that looks a little bit like me, but No, the jaw. The jaw. My jaw's metal. You did not see me this morning. We literally just came back into town. We've been gone. We went to go save Remnant.
Sabine told me you were the one flying the thing.
Yeah. We flew. We kicked ass. We fought a giant thing. We fought another. We fought a AI program in the data sphere.
In 5 hours?
What do you mean 5 hours? No, it's been.
That's when you left. We just saw you fly away. I mean, like 5 hours but like just.
Varl, I'm gonna have to confirm this, but if you swear 5 hours, Varl, you swear on our friendship.
I mean, how close to 5 hours do you want it to be? I'm not like if it was like 4.5, is that okay?
That's okay. If I left a matter of hours ago and not days.
Okay.
Can you guarantee that? You are not fucking with me, Varl, are you?
I'm like 90% sure.
I like how there's like 10% where he's not sure.
That he's not fucking with them, specifically.
All right, I'm gonna finish this, and I'm going.
Also, I would like to present the candied petals as proof to Sabine that, like, no, we went to that place, and you know that it takes longer than 5 hours to go there.
Yeah, sure. No, the candied petals are most certainly on your person, and she looks at them. She's like, "That's really something."
Data sphere, right? Has to be.
I'm guessing. Don't get me wrong. The flyer was I'm proud of the flyer, but it wouldn't be able to do that.
No, it definitely took a while to get there. And when we were there, we spent a couple of nights. I ate some poison and had to recuperate from that. It's definitely been at least a week.
Wow, shit.
Where's Nova?
This is crazy.
Do I have to pick up Nova?
Hey, do you think you'd be able to tell me how long ago you actually entered the data sphere on your time?
If I think about it, I think so.
Okay. Why don't you do that? Because I can call the flyer back from here.
That's so cool.
I don't want to lose it.
So cool.
No, and I mean, Ash is also, like, in it, so I would like to not lose my dog.
Mm-hmm.
Let me go grab the others. My brain hurts, and I'll get back to you so we can get
Sabine,
my dog
I lost
back.
the flyer.
Are you all aware that we left like 5 hours ago? I'm pulling Nova in tow.
Yeah, Nova, have you done anything? At this point?
I feel like, like we're all walking together and then suddenly everyone's like, "Phew," and I'm like, yeah, it's so.
Oh.
Okay. See ya. Well, I can wait for LinkedIn.
Mm-hmm.
Are you aware
Sure.
we left like 5 hours ago?
Oh, well, that happens sometimes when you go into data sphere.
Verve, Sabine says that we left like a couple hours.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So Varl told me the exact same thing, and I thought he was fucking with me.
Well, I don't know about Varl, but I definitely believe Sabine.
Maybe.
Does that really quick? Does that mean there's right now? There's a version of me, you, Nova, and Licton fighting a giant thing right now?
I hope not. I hope that this isn't like a duplication time travel thing. I hope it's just there's one instance of ourselves.
We saw a dude eat some poison. That dude is now dead. I mean, you know what I mean.
So before you freak out, by the way, about the flyer, Sabine can call it back so you didn't lose it.
Hey, are you all aware that we left like 5 hours ago?
Yeah, what the fuck is going on?
Pandora was very confused, and Nova did not seem surprised at all.
Of course
we
she
just
did.
took the shortcut.
Okay, Nova, Verve asked a question that has disturbed me deeply. When this happens, does this mean that there are other versions of ourselves fighting that giant beetle thing? Or is
Dread
it like
Destroyer.
time
Like
travel
right
where it's
now,
just
right now.
one of us and it's still us? Or like what does this mean for everything we did? I don't
think we should try and think about it.
Well,
No,
I suppose the easiest way to think about it would be that when you go into the data sphere, you have access to a sort of higher way of seeing, and for this higher way, the constraints of time are not as important as they are to you and I. And it was perhaps more convenient to set us down at this other point.
I'm not gonna think about it or try to make sense of
as long as I don't run into another clone of myself.
it. Again,
As far as answering Rashiel's specific question, I will ask Nova and only Nova if you want to make an understanding Numenera roll. To try and tell Rashiel whether or not there's more than one Rashiel.
Again.
If you would like to spend effort from your intellect pool, you
Oh,
can.
I will, because now I'm better at doing that. Yay.
All right.
So proud of you.
You can
It's only
spend
going to
effort
cost me 2.
from your intellect pool. This will be of a challenge. I'll say 6.
you can do it.
Okay.
How many
Wait,
levels?
let me mark that down. Oh wait, but I still have an inability in that, so
Love it.
okay.
Can I donate maybe like an osmos, like a brain cell with understanding Numenera? Because
No, I like that it's good. Well, I mean, totally.
you just want it to be a shit roll?
I mean,
Okay, cool. I'm down.
I'm not necessarily saying I want it to be a bad roll. I'm saying I want it to be just Nova's perspective.
Just Nova. Okay, that's fair.
There we go.
Cool.
So I spent my effort to bring it back to whatever it was.
Yeah, so your target number is 18.
I rolled a 6.
All
it.
right. Yeah, I mean, on one hand, fuck if you know. On the other hand, like, yeah, sure, there might be like 5 of you. You don't know.
Is there any of that bread pudding left that I brought apparently a couple hours ago?
Oh, probably. I brought it over to Sabine's.
We're at Sabine's. I was assuming we went to Sabine's.
Oh, great. So I don't know if Sabine ate it all. It was very good.
Sabine.
Yeah.
Sabine. And I like to think that Rashiel has this kind of relationship with Sabine every now and then, because she leverages the fact that she is small and a lot younger.
Yes.
Sabine, do you have any of that bread pudding?
Oh, that Nova
Left.
made, that's right.
That Nova made?
I think I might have some.
I just experienced like a week in a couple of hours and my brain hurts. Can I have some?
Yes, you can. Give me 1 minute.
Yeah.
Sabine is able to provide you with, you plural, with some bread pudding.
Maybe after a quick break, a decompression, we should go back up and check in with the Central Intelligence.
Yeah, see what it says, right?
Yeah.
Like, did we actually do the thing or did we not do the thing? Because, oh my god. What if we
No.
did? You guys, what if we didn't?
I really hope we did.
I fully endorse this plan after you tell me how long.
Yeah. Sorry, yeah. Guys, how long were we gone?
I know when I can get my flyer back.
Hold on. Today we saw the poison eaten from our perspective. We then fought the Dread Destroyer. And then
What?
we don't want to talk about it. It's traumatizing. We fought a big thing. We almost died.
I want to talk about it. We'll talk about
I
it.
thought
later,
it was
because the flyer's
cool.
wonderful.
Okay.
Verve
Y'all can
totally
talk
smashed
about
into a dude with the flyer. It was
Nope.
amazing.
Verve, you what?
To be fair, he probably hasn't done it yet, or is about to. If we're talking about timey-wimey stuff.
I saw it happen. It was cool.
So today we were still in Enthite. We spent the night at Ma's house, and then tomorrow, we flew out to.
flew to the thing.
No, did
Right.
we? Yeah, one day because you went out and ate some poison. and you spent the day recovering.
Best decision I ever made.
Verve patched you up, helped
Wait,
patch you
what?
up. Verve,
You know the poison eating?
Yeah.
I did it.
What?
I did it.
What?
Yeah.
okay, but
Rochelle,
probably
why?
about mid to late afternoon tomorrow. You can call it back.
2 days.
I'm never letting you take anything of mine again.
Yeah, you are.
Who
You're right, but I don't want you to be.
is it? You
I did
plural?
exactly what it was intended to do.
You hit me with the foam disc things.
Intended to do.
It had to happen.
I didn't tell you those were there for a reason.
Hey, but it saved us.
Yeah, it did.
Why would you put something in that we weren't meant to use?
You know Verb touches everything.
I do.
Should have expected
The bacon button
Should
was a
have.
little bit misleading, I will say.
Bacon button.
air conditioning.
The air. Yeah, it looks like bacon strips.
Anyway, tomorrow, mid to late afternoon tomorrow.
Tomorrow night, just to be
Yeah,
safe.
Yeah.
Okay.
I hope Ash is in it.
I hope he's all right.
You guys. You should be. Okay. My brain hurts, but let's go talk to the Central Intelligence and get this over with so I could go to bed and forget all of this. Does anyone else want to drink after?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Yeah, let's go. Yeah.
You four are ridiculous.
We didn't do this. We just tried to solve the problem that was in front of us.
It was not part of the plan.
We didn't mean to travel through time and space.
I mean, this was 100% success in my book, so
Yet to be
If it
determined.
happened.
you can't argue with the results, Sabine.
If the results have happened yet.
I will stop arguing with you once I get my flyer back.
You'll get it. It's in perfect condition.
There's a lot of absolutes being thrown around that I am not comfortable throwing around.
It's in perfect condition.
Well, at least it is at the moment.
I might have some suggestions, but we'll talk about that later.
My suggestions are talk to Big Computer God and then alcohol. Lots.
Oh, I was talking about the flyer.
Okay, yeah, no, I'm sure. I'm just saying that these are what I have to contribute.
Let's go.
Good luck up there.
Thanks.
Thanks.
So, yeah, you're able to leave Sabine's house, and it's not certainly not very far to get to the elevator that brings work crews up to and down from the ruin. Yeah, no, you're able to take the lift up, no problem, and you eventually find yourselves in the sort of it's a lot darker than the other rooms, but the sort of amphitheater communication room that the Central Intelligence has spoken to you from.
Nova, you want to do the honors?
I was gonna ask if she could go first because it's her friend.
I don't know if we are friends, but
Yeah, you are.
well, you know, I think the intelligence will be very reassured that we have come back so quickly. Well, once they were concerned about not having enough power. So, actually, do I remember how to turn this thing on? Last time it was just here.
Yeah, so this isn't necessarily something you need to turn on. So like once you
okay.
sort of approach, enter the room and sort of approach this sort of central like almost cored out sphere type shape. You see this large human adjacent type head sort of come into space.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Check my notes for the last when we were here.
Hello, Nova.
Hello, Central Intelligence. Are you also going to ask us if we forgot something?
No, on the contrary, I see you have succeeded at your task.
Oh, see, we did it. How are you feeling?
Operational.
That is very good to hear. Um, we uh, we went into the data sphere, as you said that we would have to, and as far as we can tell, the virus has been neutralized.
This is good to hear. Over the next few days, I should be able to restore power to the entirety of my physical form and ideally be able to help you in your mission of providing for people.
So all is well.
All should be well.
This is troubling. So when you recall, the I don't know if you would know this actually, but when we went into the data sphere, we saw the people who created the virus, who set it free upon the world. We saw this vessel being attacked. Do you remember these times?
I do.
Who
I was created to avoid such times.
were those people?
Do you know who created it?
Not by name or on any personal level, but I know they were people who could not afford to not be at war. Everything they were, everything their society was, it was all built around preparing for enacting war.
Do you know if these people that created AM have grown into a different people today?
I cannot be certain one way or the other.
Do you
I think
sense?
Oh, God.
Sorry, no, you.
I think it is to some extent unlikely that any genetic line would sustain itself for over 600,000 years to bring itself to a point today. However, should such a line exist, I'm not entirely sure I would be prepared to judge their descendants based on the actions of their ancestors.
It's true. Everybody has choices. You don't have to be like the people who created you. Oh. I'm sorry you were not able to escape them, but I'm glad that you were here to help us.
This is not how I anticipated fulfilling my purpose, and yet I still do find some satisfaction in it.
Do you sense any traces at all of Am?
Oh, I can check while the computer checks as well.
Yeah, there's a brief second of like the central intelligence kind of flickers, and you get the sense that it seems to something of a scan or a rerouting of power to some other function that is not communicating with you. But very rapidly, the face sort of flickers back into a stable holographic form. Based on everything I am able to tell, Am has been completely purged from my systems.
I can see why you were having such trouble with it when based off what we saw in the datasphere.
It
I
it made, at least from what we could tell, Rashil and I, it made you hate and just be angry.
And it was way too smart. With way too much drive.
I'm sure this must sound unusual to you, but in a way, I almost feel bad for Am. I operate on a level similar to its computational capacity, and I certainly could not imagine having all of my resources directed specifically towards eliminating life. It seems wasteful, inefficient.
You put it that way, it is a shame, all that power. Just, yeah, Verv, Mar, and I, honestly, we all, when it kind of got Nova, experienced the purity of its hatred for living things. To think that even if a piece of it could have been restored or routed to something else, there's no telling what it could have achieved.
Else
Well,
anyone would like to communicate to the Central Intelligence?
I'm ready for a drink.
All right.
Thank
Yeah,
you,
probably
Central
wait
Intelligence.
till after Ash gets back. Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Sure. You descend from the ruin down into Remnant, and you certainly enjoy whatever drinks or food or other sort of enjoyments of the city that you are accustomed to and able to get your hands on. A few things happen over the next few days. The salvage operation actually stops. As the Central Intelligence is able to reboot, a process that takes, you're able to tell, a pretty long time. It is able to communicate to you that it was built as a habitat, and it is able to perform that function again now that it is able to safely reassert control over its entire physical form. You're able to determine through the Central Intelligence talking to you and talking to Zveen and talking to other members of the community that the Central Intelligence is able to safely house and provide for about 100,000 people.
Even after we've done salvaging on it.
Even after you've been salvaging on it. That capacity was higher when it was first built, but it is now currently able to sustain an environment and places for people for about 100,000 people.
I do have a quick question, though.
Sure.
If now that there is no more AM, there's no more virus in the Central Intelligence, can we get an accurate map, translated map of the vessel?
Yes, yeah, that is another thing that can be provided to you. You're able to see that basically all around the entire ring are places for people to stay. Granted, they're not into like a lot of these places, that can be used to house people are not much bigger than a lot of the sort of single room type housing accommodations that a lot of people have on the ground. So it's not like glamorous living up here. It's not like you've got the regular people down here and Elysium up here. It's very much a uniform sort of one-for-one match. There are some living situations that are larger. There are a couple of sort of more suite type areas attached to the control center. But broadly, you are able to find a bunch of places for people to live. There are large sections for hydroponic farming and other sorts of like growth of food. There's places for this sort of very small scale manufacture of clothing and sort of half disposable type goods that are meant to last a long time, but simultaneously that you will, pretty consistently need more of. So yeah, you're able to determine that this is when the Central Intelligence says that it was made as a habitat for people to live off of the planet, you're able to tell this was a vessel that was up for the task.
Verv, you thinking of moving up there?
I'd like to take a look around first, see if there's anything that, and any room that suits me. I like my space right now, but there's something better. Sure. What about you?
I like my feet on the ground for the most part.
That's fair.
I'll probably stay down here. We all know Rochelle's answer.
Sorry?
I was asking Verv if he's gonna move up here. And he asked me the same, and then I said, we know your answer, unless you really want to move up here, but with your...
Are you kidding? There's Numenera all over the place.
But also your penchant for heights?
Yeah, but there's Numenera all over the place.
Alright. I guess
As long as I don't have to look at the ground while I'm up there.
Alright, that's fair.
I'm gonna find the nicest place and it's mine.
Nicest place with the fewest windows.
So right off the car.
If there's like a room with it where a wall is just a window, it's Verv's spot.
Sure, I'll say there are a few rooms like that.
Okay.
Well, at the moment, there's nothing stopping us from having 2 homes. We are nowhere close to filling that space.
Yeah,
So we can.
I guess I could turn my own place into just a dedicated workshop.
You could have a workshop up there.
Something for installations down on the ground that can't really be easily moved.
But I think further expansion is inevitable now. How do you feel about that?
Who are
I
you
mean, I
asking?
don't really trust anyone else to do it right, so maybe Varl. One day he'll come around.
He's a diamond in the rough.
Like a pretty rough diamond, though.
I think he's doing fine.
Needs to grow a couple more brain cells.
Is that possible?
Yes. Yes, it is.
We just time traveled, and you think you're wondering if that's possible.
I mean, that makes perfect sense. I did not know that you could improve your brain in that way.
I was joking. You can't. No, you can't. That's
I'm
not
confused.
gonna happen. That's not.
I refuse to believe we live in a world where you can literally leap through time, the fabric of reality, but not be able to grow a stupid set of cells.
Oh yeah, stupid neuron. They're so simple.
Hey, it could be possible, we just don't know it yet.
I mean, I might be able to because I can just probably like program some extras in, but I don't know about you flesh and bloods.
So, now that this is fixed with the Central Intelligence, what now?
I suppose we should start asking people how they want to use that space, what they want their lives to be like.
I just want my dog back, really.
Does the flyer come
How's that
back?
goes?
Alex.
That's all. I don't
Your
really
plot-
care about,
Ash will
leader
be
stuff
back
isn't for
tomorrow
me.
night.
I hope so. I miss him.
Well, I'm curious how the infrastructure of Remnant's gonna be now, because our main deal was salvaging. So, what next? Like, something to think about. Something I can bring up with the Mayor Winter.
I mean, it's not none of my business, but where lots of trade goes through here. You can continue operating, lean heavier into that.
You know, Verve, perhaps there's a way for you to get your wish. There is no reason that the vessel needs to stay here, is there? Does it have to stay in one place?
You would have to ask Sabine.
Oh, that's right, the elevators.
That is something to maybe put on the table to think about. To talk to Central Intelligence and Maya. I know, it's just a lot.
And it's not really like if a wish of mine to do that. Remnant can stay the way it is. It's just, simple daydreaming, harmless, nothing really that needs to change or happen. Things are great the way they are.
Just take the flyer out for a joyride. Well, I don't know about y'all, but I probably should touch base with Pandora, about lesson plans and hiring more teachers, since I said we'd do that when I got back. So, I'm gonna go do that. And we can figure everything else out later, maybe like a meeting with everyone on what the future game plan of Remnant's gonna be.
Yeah, well, let's say we'll meet at the kitchen. That's what I'm calling it now. The communal dining area of Remnant. The food court.
Sounds like a plan.
All right. So, over the next few days, nothing particularly interesting happens. You're able to go around on one level to what appears like to you to reestablish, something, reestablish your lives after a week of being gone. To everybody else, come back to town walking from the opposite direction in which you just flew away. But whatever. Sabine is able to, from Remnant, call back the flyer at a point in time where you had said, like, this is the point in time when we had entered the datasphere, and it comes back with Ash in it. She assures you she would have never let you fly away with something, let Verve fly away with something without a way to get it back. So
That's fair.
The flyer and Ash both return to Remnant in short order. No worse for the wear.
But see, here's the thing. Like, why would you tell me that? Because now I'm just gonna
I was gonna take it.
Now I'm just gonna act as if I know it can come back without any consequence.
Because you see, you've removed the worst possible scenario
Is the consequence
from
of
the thing that he
killing you.
wanted. So now he can just do whatever.
No, the consequence of Sabine killing him should be enough of a deterrent.
She totally won't.
How are you gonna kill me when I'm gone?
Sabine makes a lot of stuff. What if she rigs the interior?
Verve, I did not tell you half of what that thing can do.
What
Look,
if
more
she has-
incentive. Stop giving him incentive.
What if that kind of controls that she has in the flyer? What if she has that same thing on, like, your bones? So you are, like, a city away, and then suddenly, like, a bone is, like, back to Remnant.
What?
What?
I've heard of stories of that happening in Charmant before. It's very scary stuff.
Nova, you've been eating too many tubers.
No, I'm just saying, like, what else can Sabine push and pull from a long distance?
Okay, but Seriously though, like seriously, serious talk. I really liked flying that thing, and I think I'm really good at it. If you want me to train someone else to fly it so that you know that they're in good hands and know that they can do it, I can do it.
I'll let you fly it. Just don't make me regret it. And you can't stop me from talking shit.
I wasn't ever gonna plan to.
To be fair, he did fly it very well when he was not crashing it into creatures.
They had to. There was an enemy,
And they would have been destroyed.
but it was an enemy. It was. I thought it was awesome.
Sabine appeared to be
Clothesline by
upset.
Fire.
She appears to be like half upset. Once she actually gets the flyer back, like in her possession, she definitely seems to be like a lot less upset.
Does she notice the repairs by Mar?
No, I seem to recall that Mara did roll very well on that repair check, and so she doesn't.
We're gonna
seem-
respect that role.
Okay, good.
Yeah, we'll respect that roll and say that she's not able to tell without like intentionally inspecting the internals, and based on how it comes back externally, she's like, it's fine.
Okay, and I don't say anything.
All right.
I'm not gonna say anything, but I will bring up to Sabine that if she ever goes to Enthate, she has a suitor.
Okay.
I will
She
tell her that.
seems thoroughly
An
uninterested.
admirer.
He just seemed really into the idea of you. It was wild. He wouldn't stop asking me questions.
It's really
That's kind of-
obnoxious.
That's kind of repulsive.
I agree.
The last thing that happens over the course of the next few days of interest before we pop back into like real-time roleplay is the people who show up to Remnant generally show up and they're fairly low-key. There are various travelers from the beyond or people who are from the steadfast who are like super, super down on their luck and willing to make this excessively long and difficult trek out to the beyond, where they could potentially start to find a new home. This next group of travelers who approaches your home is very much different. You see 3 people leading the way in these very sort of imperious and magnificent orange robes. They are being escorted by 4 soldiers in this sort of dull gray armor who are all in possession of various Numenera objects, only some of which you could easily identify as one thing or another. Somehow and in some way and for some reason, the Eon priests have been alerted to the existence of Remnant.
What do you mean
and
somehow?
they
We have
come
so
to
many people
town.
here.
And as the Eon priests, these ambassadors of the Amber Papacy from the west approach town, that is where we will take our quick break. All right, so everybody, we are going to take a quick break. We are going to grab food, grab water, talk to our pets, talk to our loved ones, and we will be right back.
Bye.
Oh baby, I love your madness.
Welcome to our Patreon. Here on Open for Adventure, we are making high quality Dungeons and Dragons content, folks. We have a great big world to share with you, and by becoming a patron, you can help us explore and expand upon this adventure. With your support, we can invest in more amazing artwork, better mics, fancy cameras, and overall stream quality. Not to mention, help us get some amazing new merch that we can use for giveaways. What do you get by becoming a patron? I'm so glad you asked. Let's take a look at the different levels and give you a sneak peek at what you can get at each tier. Did you know that the family of the First Lord Theo, the leader of the rebellion against the Empire, actually invented firearms nearly 25 years prior to the current campaign? The designs for this high-tech weapon are the Delaney family's best-kept secret. Also, they were originally invented by the late First Lady Victoria, Theo's mother. Access to lore leaks like this is what you can expect from the first tier, written in blog-style posts after each weekly session. Ever wondered what goes on off camera? The next 3 tiers give you exactly that. With Stolen Moments, you can get access to text-based roleplay moments, highlighting experiences that don't make it onto the stream, like Leona's training session with Ray and Asmara. Stolen Moments Plus gives you access to roleplay moments featuring our guests, non-player characters, and historical figures, featuring the likes of Marshall, Annalena, and even the Empress herself. And Roleplay Addiction takes us to a whole other level. This tier gives you exclusive 30-minute videos of canon interactions not otherwise seen on stream, like late-night drunken interactions between paladins or tender moments featuring your favorite character ships. The Warm Fuzzies is super simple. It's everything I've listed so far, and also you get your name on stream after our weekly regular sessions. Every session. And our undying love. And finally, the most epic of all Patreon tiers. Drum roll, please. The Lore Master. This ultimate and final tier gets you first look access at all of the content going into our upcoming, official, Open for Adventure campaign setting. Lore, maps, monsters, items, dungeons, dragons. Go ahead, have a look around, make yourself at home, and consider becoming a patron to help us make this fantasy world a little bit closer to reality.
Oh, hi! My name is Express Love. I'm the Senmarian god of coffee. Did you know that in Senmaria, every cup of coffee is made with found familiar coffee beans? That's canon. In Senmaria, every cup of coffee is good coffee because it's made with love by found familiar. Did you know that every bag of found familiar coffee features artwork from incredible members of the tabletop gaming community? That's canon. Each blend and roast of found familiar coffee features cool D&D names like Thieves' Cant, Face Step, and Pact Magic. In Senmaria, every royal meeting that Ray attends features the Cartographer's Blend, a brew of coffee made by found familiar in conjunction with Devon Rue. Now that's canon. Found familiar coffee. Buy it today.
The limit of love is endless. I know. Just do what you want with me. Yeah, I want it all. Could care less the cost. I give you my everything. want your pandemonium. Oh baby, I love your madness. It's so incredibly beautiful. Oh, you shine like gold, so selfless to all, and wild like an animal. Some would say I'm insane in the right and away, but I just love to play in your fun and your games. Always hungry for more, that's just how I was born. Take me somewhere I don't know, and give me your freedom. Whoa, you love me to pieces, yeah, I need it. Want your pandemonium, life is so easy. Whoa, you love me to pieces, yeah, I need it. Want your pandemonium. The limit of love is endless, I know. Just do what you want with me. Yeah, I want it all. Could care less the cost. I give you my everything. Some would say I'm insane in the right and away, but I just love to play in your fun and your games. Always hungry for more, that's just how I was born. Take me somewhere I don't know, and give me your freedom. Whoa, you love me to pieces, yeah, I need it. Want your pandemonium, life is so easy. Whoa, you love me to pieces, yeah, I need it. Want your pandemonium. And give me your freedom. Whoa, yeah, to pieces, yeah, I need it. Want your pandemonium, life is so easy. Whoa, you love me to pieces, yeah, I need it. Want your pandemonium. Oh baby, I love your madness. It's so incredibly beautiful. Oh, you shine like gold, so selfless to all, and wild like an animal. Oh, baby, I love your madness. It's so incredibly beautiful. Oh, you shine like gold, so selfless.
And we are back.
Hello, everybody. We return to our group having, broadly, to everyone's knowledge, having solved the problems that plague Remnant. A week, maybe 2 weeks after having this major success in returning home and resuming their lives, a small group of heavily armed soldier types appear, escorting 3 Eon priests, 3 members of the Order of Truth, into the city.
God, I keep
Yo.
forgetting it's a city.
Right? It is a city. It's a small city. Y'all would broadly know that the Eon priests operate a little differently in the Beyond than they do in the Steadfast. So in the Steadfast, it's this whole very formal organization with a hierarchy and all that stuff. In the Beyond, Eon priests, honestly, some of them don't even pay very much respect to the Order of Truth as a whole, the entire organization. Eon priests can sometimes even be a misnomer for anybody who knows a lot about Numenera and takes a position of authority because of it. These, however, you would most certainly be able to identify as very, very much really pure and official Eon priests on account of the fact that you know a couple of them. Even from a distance, I would say that Licton and Rashiel, you are able to identify a pair of the figures that are approaching the city. One of which, Rashiel, you would be able to identify as a woman who goes by Mother Naomi. She was formerly your mentor, or the person who sort of trained you in a lot of your knowledge of Numenera. She's also the person who installed the Numenera technology that is currently inside your body. Licton, from this distance, you would be able to identify your childhood friend Kaya, traveling in the same attaché. It's sort of, maybe midday as these people are approaching. They walk through the city, and people are generally giving them a decent berth. Heavily armed people from the Steadfast are something that maybe most people from Remnant either haven't had experience dealing with or don't want to deal with again.
How much do I know about the You know what? No, fuck it. I think as soon as I start seeing them approach, I'm going to make my way towards them at a brisk, excited pace. I don't know where I am exactly at this moment, but
Sure, yeah. You're wherever you want to be. This is days after your last conversation with everybody about the flyer and it coming back. So you could be wherever you want to be.
do we have a park?
Just sure.
Yeah, I'll probably be at
You've
the
got
park doing
plenty of
paperwork.
green space, yeah.
Yeah, park, quote unquote.
Yeah.
Maybe doing like schoolwork with Pandora or something, or like a student.
We have class outside.
Yeah, why not?
The best days of college.
I love how you say we as if you're part of the class.
Oh.
Does Bev want to take classes?
No, I meant to do that in like a kid voice, but like that just came out as verb.
If Bev wants to take classes, he can take classes. Never too old to learn something
Verb
new.
has a son.
Class dismissed. I'll see y'all tomorrow. And I would like to turn tail and head towards the retinue, I think is a good way to put it.
Something like that, sure. So as imperious and unapproachable as they look, and certainly the guards here certainly act like it. They are masked. They're fully uniformed, and but you also know they're not about to try anything.
Kaya,
Licton?
hey, did you get my letter?
She runs over as you're like asking, "Did you
Oh
get
yeah.
my letter?"
Oh yeah, and then it's just a big
comes in
like
for a
no, it's like
big
a
hug.
big pickup hug, spin
Mhm.
hug. One of those
Yes.
types of excited hugs.
Okay, here's the question: are you doing the spinning? Are you
If she
picking
goes
her-
for the spinning, I'll let her do the spinning, but I don't really care.
Okay, because that was just like I don't know who
I
among
probably
you
would
is
have done the spinning.
taller.
Let's be real
Okay,
here.
yeah.
Yeah.
So then you're easily able to lift her up and spin her, and she has no problem with this at all.
Perfect. You made it.
I did.
Did you get my letter? We've had some interesting stuff with the data sphere, so I don't know if you got my letter or not.
I did.
Okay.
I did.
Good. Good.
Do you want to know what's wild? We were already preparing for our journey here when we got it.
May I ask why?
We heard about when we were already preparing for a journey into the beyond. We heard about this place. We heard about the
Vessel.
thing. Yeah. And we had to see it. We had to write about it, catalog it,
All that fun stuff that y'all do over there.
all that fun stuff.
Hold that thought 1 second.
Hold
And I would like to let go. Turn my attention to Madam Naomi? Was that her name?
Mother
Naomi.
Yeah.
I'd like to do a slight bow.
Mhm.
Welcome to Remnant.
Thank you. It is good to be here.
If you would like, I can find y'all a place to stay, and I can let Mayor Winter know that y'all have arrived.
I would very much appreciate that. Thank you.
And we'll figure something out, because not every day we get, and I kind of motion to the guards.
I understand how this looks, believe me. They're just to help us travel through the beyond.
I
assure you.
figured, but it's like I said, it's not every day.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I'd like to start setting them up where we normally put visitors. Like, I'm assuming we have some
Sure,
kind of
yeah.
like
Mhm.
temporary housing situation before getting them more permanent
sure, yeah.
residences.
No, that's most certainly not a problem. If you don't have an issue with it, though, Licton, Kaya will come with you wherever you proceed from here.
No, that's fine.
Okay.
And I think what I want to do is I want to snag someone, like maybe if my students are still packing up, ask them to go get Nova, Rochelle, and Verve.
Sure.
And I'd, as well as send a Rana to Sabine if she's not working on anything.
Yeah. And for those of us at home, the three figures who are not the three, the four sort of guards for the Eon Priests here are all sort of very covered in metallic plating and all of that stuff. What they look like is indiscernible at this point. The three Aeon Priests, there's one who's Kaya, who is short, slight. She's got dark skin and a big head of curly, dark hair, very vibrant and expressive eyes, and she seems to be warm and friendly. You have Mother Naomi, who is tall, thin, and she looks, from a distance, she looks pretty harsh, but on approaching her, she's definitely able to present much more warm than she appears from a distance. And finally, you have a figure who is unknown to everybody here, who is a young man who's got a little bit of a beard going on, tall, very thin, has a mess of dark brown hair, who seems just happy to be here.
I probably would have also asked whoever went to go to Rashiel maybe if Clove Clover. Is it Clover? Clover.
Clove.
Maybe just casually mention it to Riashiel as like a heads up, not saying, "Hey, you don't have to come here," type thing.
Okay, so here's a question to Rashiel. Have you let everybody know, like, the name of the person who did work on you?
Fuck
or
no.
Have you made your opinion of Eon Priests clear?
Oh,
in
yes.
front of the group? Okay.
I don't think that I have, Verve would know all of this.
Okay.
Because he was there for all of this. Otherwise, Rashiel has not said a word about what happened to her, who is responsible for it, or anything along those lines. Verve would know because one day suddenly she was able to, she was a nano and she was wearing different clothes.
Okay. Would Verve have a name? Would he have a name for the person?
I imagine Verve would be like...
Verve would know, though, because we established in IMRP that you were watching, right? So you would know.
Like,
Verve would know.
Okay, so Verve would know this person's name. Gotcha.
I would say this... I wouldn't say name, but like, that person looks really familiar.
That's fair. Yeah. If he knows a name, it's not because Rashiel said it.
Sure, gotcha. All right, then... Yeah, I will say, Licton, who would you like to alert that there are people here?
Definitely note to Rashiel to say, "Hey, Eon priests are here. I know you don't like them," etc. Just as a more of a warning, heads up.
Yeah.
Verve and Nova to be like, "Hey, this is just a heads up. Do with the information as you will." And then Mayor Winter, definitely. Sabine. So basically that group. With basically, "Hey, this is just more of a heads up. I'm bringing them to Mayor Winter," type thing.
Sure.
And definitely a warning for Rashiel.
Yeah. So how does the rest of the group react to this information?
Please don't shoot the messenger.
Kappa, you had like a thinking face, talking face.
Oh yeah.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say Verve would actually go check on Rashiel.
I would like to think that at this point Rashiel has gotten the letter, or however this thing is, and she's probably just not responded to the person who gave her the message. She's probably just been like, "Cool, get out."
Yeah.
At this point, I think Verve, if you go by if you're trying to find her at her house, I assume, you would actually find her with Ash and a small bag of shit, and she's about to go up to the vessel.
Shields, hey, I don't know if you heard, but we've got those priest type weirdos coming by, and I know how you feel about them. Just wanted to check in. I know it's a sensitive subject, but
yeah, it is.
Here,
more so than
I'll come with you. Where are we going?
Yeah, I am just gonna go hole up in the vessel. I don't want to. You can know, obviously. I don't want anyone to know where I am. I don't want to see them. I don't want to talk to them or hear about them. I don't care why they're here or who it is. I want to just find something to work on until they're gone. I don't want to deal with. I am not prepared. I'm not prepared for this.
Okay. Come with me. I think there might be a room that you might like.
Okay. And she will follow.
You're muted.
Rashiel, how would you like an experience point?
I would love an experience point.
Who would you like to give your other experience point to?
Verve, of course.
Verve, you
carrying my bags up to the vessel.
You receive 1 experience point for being the pack mule. Rashiel,
Fine.
you receive 1 experience point for as you're heading up to the vessel, which is in the center of town, which is sort of more or less near the area in which Licton has brought the Eon Priest as like a place like, oh, this is where you wait for like the rest of the officials of the town to receive you. You like just somehow by improbability or whatever, you happen to look over and see the Eon Priests, and Mother Naomi seems to lock eyes with you. She doesn't say anything, but you're definitely able to recognize her from this distance, and you get the impression that she recognizes you.
I like to think Rashiel, in her fight or flight response, freezes.
Sure.
I think she stops in her tracks, and she stares back at her, and it just...
Sure.
That's it.
Mother Naomi doesn't stare at you for too long. It's very much like I see you. And then she goes back to attending to whatever other things she has to attend to. You definitely get the sense that both of you are now aware that the other is in town.
I imagine Verve walked a few extra steps before realizing that you stopped completely. Looking back, hey, oh, everything okay?
That's her. Why is she...
Wait, which?
Why is she here?
Hey, come on, let's go. Let's go. You don't need to see this.
Why would she be here?
I don't know. I can find out for you if that's something that you want. But for now, you needed to be away. Let's get you away.
And she'll just walk with you, giving them a wide berth.
Sure.
And then Verve will also like look back, and if he can like match like lock gaze with Naomi.
Sure.
And then push, not push, but like guide Rashiel away from them.
You might have to push her, honestly.
Yeah.
Like she's not.
Yeah, sure. Mother Naomi gives you a half smile as you head up. And I will say, Verve, that even beyond the fact that you evidently observed Mother Naomi operating on Rashiel, there's something familiar about this person.
Okay.
Hopping over, Nova. How do you respond to the information that there are Eon priests in town and Licton is introducing them to the mayor and Sabine?
So I think I was also going to say go check in on Rashiel, but I think for the purposes of this, Nova goes to look for Rashiel, but several minutes after Verve arrives and the house is empty.
I'll say that what happens is you leave your house, you go check on Rashiel's house and find it empty. And as you sort of leave Rashiel's house, because Rashiel was one of the first people in town, so she would have a place more close to the center, you would be able to see Verve and Rashiel in the elevator heading up.
Okay, I'm sort of like starting to put two and two together. I'm going to go and see if I can find the entourage.
Sure. Yeah, you're able to find the entourage with little issue. They certainly stand out amongst all the people of the Beyond, all the people of Remnant.
And actually, before I do that, so I'm going to whatever bits of like armor I have that I've accumulated, I'm just gonna sort of like dust it off a little bit. I think I usually wear clothes that sort of obscure my protective clothing, but I'm gonna like pull it back a little bit.
Okay, sure.
Not being like I'm so armed, but more like I am so defended.
Mm-hmm. Sure thing. Yes, you're able to do that. You very much give off the impression of someone who is a protector but off duty.
Mm-hmm.
As I'm waiting for everybody, I'm kind of giving like a mini tour of Remnant. Like, here's the Healer's Hall, and if you towards the center of town, we got our community obligate list, we got a weather spear. Basically, very obvious objects and installations,
Mm-hmm. Sure.
such like that.
Yeah, Kaya seems to definitely note whenever you point out a Numenera installation, like, okay, weather thing, rad. Okay.
Yeah, someone else, if you want to learn more about that, someone else will talk to you about that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But it is not long before the various runners you have dispatched seem to have done their job, and you see Mayor Winter and Sabine heading over towards you, and by extension towards the other Eon priests in town.
This is Nova. She's head of protection at Remnant. Nova,
good to meet you.
please. This is Mother Naomi, my friend Kai, and I'm sorry, I did not seem to catch your name.
I'm assuming you're talking to the
Third Aeon Priests.
yeah, the third RMP, who's like this younger guy who's maybe like 6'3", 6'4". He's like tall. Brother Pliny, Plini.
Pliny?
Pliny, yeah.
Do I get an experience point if I know that reference is Pliny the Elder?
What if it's Pliny the Younger?
But it's Pliny the Elder.
There's a Pliny the
historical
Younger.
figure.
There is a musician I listen to named Pliny. So
Oh,
that's the
sounded
reference
familiar.
I'm
Damn it.
making.
But yeah, this is Nova. And it looks like Mayor Winters is on his way.
Yes, Mayor Winter and Sabine are there in short order. They greet the Aaron priests and, sort of make their hellos. I'm not going to roleplay myself.
Sure?
Sure, at least for now. And Mother Naomi is the first to sort of like provide any real information. Well, we have good news and bad news. I imagine it might be beneficial to have this conversation in private before we continue.
I concur. Last
Yeah,
time
yes.
we got bad news, it was real bad news.
And you're all sort of led into Sabine's house, where everybody takes either some position around the kitchen or on like one of the couple of couches that are in here.
Quick side note, did I see Rashiel and Verve go up to the vessel?
I'll say sure. Yeah, why not?
Okay.
So you all, or at least two of you rather, come into Sabine's house, and Mother Naomi begins to speak. We had heard a little bit about your town, various rumors and other bits of information flowing. Then we got we got quite a bit more information from one of our own out here in the beyond. Apparently they met one of your people in a ruin around here.
Soul?
Saul, yes. They they had a mouthful to tell us. And so we were finally able to put together your location. And we had wanted to come out here for a while, and so the bad news is that there are there is an active incidence of the Iron Wind in the area. And I
I'm
can't
sorry.
say... There's an active incidence of the Iron Wind in this part of the beyond.
It's the Iron Winds that That is bad news.
Do you know how long until it gets here?
I don't.
Direction?
Coming in from the east. Southeast, maybe.
How did you hear of this?
The Order of Truth has a lot of contacts in settlements all around and beyond. We don't receive regular communication from all of them, but when something as dangerous and as mobile as the Iron Wind rears its head, so to speak, we tend to get that information.
Do you have any good news?
Prior warning.
Great.
I'm afraid there's not much three of us can do. Sort of indicating three aren't human priests. I was hoping a settlement of your size would. Well, you seem to have some Numenera experts here, judging by the installations you have. I would hope that between all of us we would be able to do something.
I've got a couple ideas. Hopefully we'll have a day or so.
Well, we should have more than a day.
Sabine, I can talk to some of our Numenera experts and let them know.
Yeah, sure.
I can talk to Pandora and Assistant.
Yeah. Just when we got some good news. Fuck.
Fix one problem, we get another one just as bad, if not worse.
Yeah.
Fuck.
You should have at least 2 weeks. It's not an abundance of time, to be sure, but we should be able to do something. It's not the... If I'm being entirely honest, it wasn't the main purpose of our voyage out here, but it's not like we are going to leave you out here to deal with this problem on your own. If there's anything we can do to help.
We appreciate it. Well, in the meantime, we can get you set up in lodging. We can... What time of day is this, Alex?
It's like early afternoon, maybe.
We can notify people on our end. Go from there. Nova, do you want to go talk to...
Some Numenera experts?
Yeah,
I can do that.
thanks.
I think that the sooner that everyone knows about this new problem, well, the more time you'll have to come up with a solution. And I'll kind of put out a hand, put it on Licton's shoulder, if that's okay. I know this is scary, but so far we are 2 for 2 when it comes to calamities.
I would have liked to keep it 2 for 2. I'll probably head back. I'll probably follow you after a couple conversations I want to have.
I will go look for our nameless Numenera experts.
Sure. As you head out, you, and as the Eon priests are sort of let out and to find some sort of semi-permanent lodging, you hear Mayor Winter and Sabine in a conversation, and you hear something to the effect of, "I never would have taken this job if I knew how many emergencies I would have to announce this."
He's got the easy job. He's not the one fighting these things and dealing with the calamities.
I mean, I guess there's two different jobs for two different people. I would never want to be the like administrator either, personally.
Maybe he should have been what, an Arcus? Is that what the class is called?
Yes, that is what his character type is.
He should have been a glaive instead.
Hey, to
Right,
be fair though,
yeah.
the best people that are great at management positions are usually the ones that hate it the most.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, if someone was out there like, I love being a manager.
Yeah,
They're probably shit.
because the people who do it right actually do it well and know how terrible it is. But anyway. enough of
Anyway,
that.
we digress.
Focus on the proper management. So, Nova, you head out and speak to some nameless Numenera experts. How does that go?
So yeah, so I like start looking for where Rashiel and Verve might have gone. Have you that maybe you've found like a room?
No, specifically because Verve was the one leading me to a room that he thinks like suits what she needs.
Verve, where are you leading Rashiel? To what type of space?
Is there a room in the vessel that you said this space was meant to house 100,000 people, right?
Yeah.
Is there a room in here that would be close to like a science lab?
Sure, yeah.
Cool. That's where I'm like workbenches, shelves, all that stuff, like spaces that it's
Yeah.
obvious that this space was meant to be a place of study, a place of research.
Yes, yeah. There would definitely be a couple places like that.
Okay. Yeah, I would bring that. Bring Rashiel somewhere there.
She'll probably just quietly start setting up wearable workshop, books, maybe a bedroll. Thinking that maybe people won't think she'd actually be in there the whole time, but she's planning to stay there for as long as possible. Verf, thank you for finding this place.
I mean, I was just looking for, a room with a giant window that I could set up in. And I saw this and I thought, who might like this? You.
Yeah, there's a lot of space. Maybe I can just be left alone here and terrible shit won't happen somehow.
Oh, okay. You wanted to be alone? Okay.
No, you're good. I mean, like, I'm hoping, our visitors, apparently, why the fuck are they here? Will
Knock, knock, knock.
leave me alone.
Hi. Sorry
Nova?
to interrupt. I saw you going up in the elevator, and I have a guess as to why you're here and not down there. You might want to sit down.
I'm fine. What is it?
I'll stand up and then sit back down.
It's why the Aeon priests have come. They came to warn us. Apparently east of here, about 2 weeks away, there is an iron, and it's coming this way.
Like the same Iron Wind?
I did not ask if it was the same, but they said it was active, and we should prepare. Just that they don't know exactly when it will be here. They estimate that we have 2 weeks.
That's
Not enough time, I know.
no, it's not.
Are you kidding? That's plenty of time.
Against the Iron Winds, you saw what it did to Charmant. How
Yeah,
are
but that
we?
was Charmant. Listen, Remnant is very different from Charmant.
Is it? Shit, we got Eon Priest now. We have an Iron Wind coming. It's starting to feel a lot the same.
Yeah, but Charmant didn't have us.
I mean, it had three of you.
Yeah.
Clear.
Nova opens her mouth
Shut
and
up.
then closes
You
it
know what I
again.
mean.
For what it's worth, they are here to help us turn it away.
I sincerely doubt that. Did they say why they're actually here?
They said that one of their people called Soul told them about meeting us, and they had been planning to come out and seize a place.
Remember from the ruin.
So ones that you talked to.
Oh. Oh. Well. Oops.
But you do not assemble 10,000 people in one place without attracting their attention. They would have come to investigate. Sooner or later, it's sort of what they do. They're very curious.
Here, I thought I'd found a place away from them.
Think you think to go further or be more off the grid?
You want to stay here? You can.
If you need me, you know where to find me.
I think we do need you.
Well, I'll be here.
Is there do you think that there are things that we'll be able to do?
I'm not in the best state to think in general, much less do any kind of massive problem solving for a thing that I was completely powerless against the last time I saw it. The only thing I ask of you is when you go back down, do not mention me. Do not tell anyone where I am.
We have said only that we have many Numenera experts. They need not know your name. Or your whereabouts, for that matter.
Then I'll be here. Thinking, I guess.
Nova, let's give Shield some space. I might have an idea, and I kind of want to run it by you and Lichten, maybe Sabine.
You are, you know more about this phenomenon than I do, so I'd be happy to listen, but I am not an expert. So let's go find Lichten. Yeah.
While they're having that conversation, after setting up the Mother Naomi, I can't remember, Peely?
PL?
Pliny.
Pliny and their retinue of guards, I wanted to invite Kaya back to my place.
Sure.
Basically, under the premise of catching up and stuff like that, making some tea. I might have some snacks. And after a couple long moments, so how's Charmant?
Recovering. Most of everything has been repaired. There aren't too many scars left. For what it's worth, your name has been cleared.
Oh, thank gosh. That was my next question.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I didn't. That's why I was kind of afraid to reach out to you earlier, not gonna lie.
Yeah, I understand.
Do you know, I wonder what premises has been cleared?
Yeah, they're looking for, this sounds ridiculous. They're looking for the Convergence and some independent contractor.
You do know that the person that was behind the... I don't know what you heard about Remnant, but there was the person whose idea was to take out that artifact, right? And we took care of him. Someone by the name of Crimson.
I didn't hear that, no. What happened?
I'll quickly go into the TLDR of about a year ago. King Crimson was the one that put out the original, like, you know, mastermind idea behind it. His body is now safely underneath an outhouse towards the edge of town. A very fitting demise, in my opinion.
It sounds like it, for sure.
But they're after an independent contractor?
Yeah, they seem to think there's more than one person. They seem to be looking for a group that they're calling the Convergence. I mean, obviously everyone's heard of Boogeyman, but you know, they seem to think that there's more than one, and they're looking for one person in particular who they seem to believe actually did the work. They believe that the Convergence put out a job, and that someone actually performed the task.
And knowing the authorities, the Charmant authorities, they're not gonna just take the fact that the mastermind is done with.
Unless they find out it was an automaton that was responsible for physically destroying that installation, I don't think they're going to accept half the job, so to speak.
I definitely have some kind of like, I think we've known each other long enough where it's obvious I'm not giving the full information.
Yeah, how obvious?
Fairly, at least to her.
Like, then I get the sense you know something that you're not telling me.
And that's right. And I'm not gonna tell you. I'm sorry. I can't. I love you dearly. But there's reasons why I can't.
You understand how suspicious this sounds, right?
I do.
You understand that a lot of people died, right?
I know. But Remnant has become a place where people haven't had a chance to start over if they're earnest about it. And I can't easily betray someone's trust like that.
So they're here in the city?
I will not confirm nor deny.
Okay.
Are you actually here to help the authorities take them in?
No. No, I'm not.
Can I know I'm not good at seeing through deception, but can she show me?
Or why don't you go ahead and roll an intellect task for seeing through deception? I'll give you an asset because you know this person.
Okay, I'm assuming I don't know the challenge.
I'll say no, you don't know the challenge.
Okay, so basically that gets rid of my hindrance. I will spend 3 levels of effort on this.
All right.
Okay, I had to do the math for a second. I'm not re-rolling
you roll
it. Yes,
a 1?
yes, I did roll a 1. But I don't think. Oh, this is so hard. Do I want to re-roll or not?
Keep it. Keep it. Keep it.
Yeah,
keep it.
I think I'm gonna keep it. I think it's
Take
gonna be more
the L.
interesting if I keep it.
Take the L.
All right, I'm gonna pocket that GM intrusion for now.
Okay. But I can't tell if she's shitting me or not.
No, you can't.
That's fair.
Boy.
And I'll be honest, there are more than just the fact that Remnant's a place to restart that are fueling my motivations.
I'll trust your judgment on this one for now.
Would it help reinforce your trust if I told you they're the one that saved my life?
I don't know.
Okay.
This is... This is a big deal.
I know.
Well,
Can I get you more tea?
yeah, I'd appreciate it.
Get more tea. A little more awkward silence.
Mm-hmm.
Until I'm assuming Nova and Verve come find me.
Sure. Yeah, Nova and Verve. You find Licton having somewhat of what seems like a very awkward tea time with one of the Eon priests.
Oh, so, Licton, I spread the word as you asked, and hello again, and
Thank you.
welcome to Remnant.
Thank you.
This is my friend Kaya. Friend from back home.
Ali.
I'm very pointedly, like, trying not to, like, look at Verve for too long.
Sure.
So you're the one that told us and warned us about this whole Iron Wind situation, right?
Well, technically Mother Naomi did that, but I was part of the same group, yeah.
Okay. Thank you. First
Yeah,
of all.
we appreciate the advance notice.
But I have, okay, so we have 2 weeks. According to everyone else, that's not a lot of time. So I have an idea.
All right.
Let's brainstorm. I've got an idea too, but what you got?
So you know how there was that that tower thing that I destroyed and it invited the Iron Wind into Charmand? Why don't we just build another one of those?
I think that's just the GM intrusion as is.
Did you just say that out loud?
Yeah.
Oh my fucking god.
You fucking idiot.
Oh my god.
Verve, you're a moron.
Oh my god. Hold on. Let me.
Why am I more? How is that not going to work?
I think it's
We've
just
got
like
Sabine. We've got other people.
Licton's face is in his hands right now.
How? Okay.
Like,
I know I'm not like, you know, super smart and good with Nera or anything, but I
Verve,
think it
there's a
would work.
warrant out for your head.
Like life.
Kaya looks at Verve, back to Licton, back to Verve, back to Licton in like utter disbelief.
This is great. This is the best thing that's ever happened.
I'm sorry.
The Charmand authorities are looking for an independent contractor, and you just admitted to it.
You also not looking anymore.
Okay.
I busy myself making more tea.
Sure.
Kaya,
Verve.
what you just heard, I'm not gonna force you to say anything or refrain from saying anything to anyone. That's your prerogative. But before you make a decision on that, let me tell you the whole story.
Let's hear it.
And I will go into detail of about, King Crimson, all that stuff, Remnant, and Verve's season 1 journey, and emphasize, he's not, like I said, I used to be the dude that runs away. But there are consequences to actions, not just mine, but also yours. If you do anything with this information, think about the people, and I'll look over at Licton and Nova, who that's going to affect. I trust that you will do whatever you think is right. But at the very least, let me protect my home first.
All right.
Deal?
Deal. But if you run, I'm telling everyone I know. And I'm telling them to tell everyone they know. And we will hunt you to the ends of the earth if we have to.
You don't have to worry about me running.
She'll do it too.
Here's hoping.
Hell hath no fury, like Kaya's scorn.
Licton, I'm trusting your judgment on this. Also, Verve, no offense, you are the most ridiculous person I have ever met in my entire life.
That's not the first time I've heard that.
I can assure you the person Verve has become since Charmand is someone that can be trusted. I cannot
Trusted
talk.
to keep his mouth shut.
I won't.
Anyway. Licton, you said you had an idea?
Going back to Verve's initial idea, you do realize how long installations take to build, right? I don't think we have the time.
Sure. I just, given the fact that we had the flyer and the fact that we had the wind spear, sky spear, whatever, I just have faith in y'all's abilities. So sue me, but don't actually. And I point over at Kaya.
Nova, maybe tomorrow or later today, we can talk to the Central Intelligence and see if they're capable of withstanding the wind. We can, now that it's fully about to be fully operational for habitation, we can get the entirety of Remnant up there.
But we need to
They
know.
would, if they could be safe there, that would be an easy, well, way to safeguard their lives at least.
At the minimum, yeah.
But see, Kaya, you and your compatriots believe that there's something that people talented with Numenera can do. So I know I am looking forward to hearing what you think that a small team of experts can build in the times that we have.
What do I know about the Iron Wind? Besides the fact that it's very dangerous.
Why don't you go ahead and roll an intelligence or an intellect-based task? Do you have any understanding Numenera? I would say would help.
What about my, this wouldn't could be considered beyond wildlife, would it?
No, it wouldn't. And you're already, what is it? Skilled or specialized in understanding Numenera? So you already got the 2 levels from skills.
Yeah, that's fine. I will spend 3 levels of effort.
All right. So I'll just give it to you on that case.
Oh, okay.
Because that's a 15. That'll do it.
Okay.
Yeah. So I will say that you know that the sort of material of the Iron Wind is a cloud of nanomachines, and it is so many nanomachines that it actually appears visible as opposed to being invisible as most of the time nanomachines are. They generally like sort of plow through an area and rewrite and recreate the matter there and rearrange it on a molecular level. The sort of catastrophe of the Iron Wind is taking stuff that is in a place and turning it into other stuff. So they might take a person and turn the person into glass, or take a building and turn that building into ash. Not by burning it, but just by turning every individual molecule of a building into an ash molecule.
That's terrifying.
So that's pretty much what the Iron Wind does. It rewrites and rematerializes matter. They occur in these incidences. There are events of the Iron Wind. You can kind of imagine them like hurricanes. No 2 are necessarily exactly alike. They are all categorized as this is the Iron Wind, and you can generally have some expectation of what it will do, but it's not like this incidence of the Iron Wind is the same incidence as what happened in Charmand. Between their positioning and the time, because they don't generally last for like years on end. So you would know this is not like the same cloud of nanomachines. This is a different cloud of nanomachines, but they're just going to be doing broadly the same type of thing. Last thing you would know, overall, their cause is generally unknown. Nanomachines are broadly known to have some sort of intelligence all their own, although any individual nanomachine is not expected to be a super genius or anything capable of anything wild or exceptional on its own. However, a lot of nanomachines acting at once, they can build off of each other's intelligence and create something very fearsome. Simultaneously, sometimes an outside external influence can exert control over groups of nanomachines and get them to act in according to some outside purpose. Is there anything else in particular you would like to have information on?
I would know that an installation like the one in Charmand would take a lot of time, more than we have.
That would take a lot of time, yes. And broadly, you would also be aware that an installation like that was very specifically made to deter the Iron Wind. So rather than a general purpose installation like some sort of EMP blast or atomic bomb or something like that. So that's like you can make that and like you can just make it on its own and it's going to do its thing. With something that is specifically attuned to the Iron Wind, you're likely going to need a sample of the Iron Wind to actually get it to work.
Okay. That's all I really wanted to know.
Sure.
I just knew, all I knew earlier was that it was dangerous as hell.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So yeah, maybe talk to the Central Intelligence. Brainstorm with our experts on if they have any other ideas.
We cannot simply hide in our homes, correct? So that is not enough protection.
Not likely.
I was in Charmant when the Iron Wind swept through, and it destroyed a lot and changed a lot.
We'll think of something.
We're gonna have to.
Out here into beyond, we are survivors. We've survived so far, and we will survive this.
We're clever and we're innovative. We'll figure something out. I don't know. I think Licton's just kind of like lost for words at the moment.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Yeah, this is way above Nova's pay grade. She can't hit it. She doesn't know. It's like,
Is there anything else anyone would like to do tonight?
I think the only thing I want to do is get maybe escorting Kaya back to her lodging. I know what he said was foolish. Understatement. But it's at that point where I would rather take his place in with the authorities if it came down to it. I vouch for him that much. I say this as a statement of fact, not in a way to deter you in any way.
Well, I'll keep that in mind, but I'm not sure that's how it works.
I know that's not how it works, but maybe just in the meantime, let Mother Naomi say that we're gonna follow through with a couple ideas.
All right.
Thanks for stopping by, and sorry that things got awkward.
Yeah. Hey, look, aside from all of that, all of whatever that just was, it is good to see you again.
Give her another hug before I head back home.
Yeah.
I think I'm going. Oh, go ahead.
You go. No, you go.
Oh, I'm going to go to the gym that I've been gone from for 5 hours and dust off some weights or punching things or yeah, I'm gonna go punch some things.
There are plenty of things available to be punched.
I think I get in there and everyone who like might be like training like looks at me and walks away.
Yeah, right.
They're like, ooh.
Yeah.
Clear this place out.
Verv?
On the way back to my room with the giant window, I'll stop by Rashiel's little nook up in the vessel now.
Sure.
And just check in. Hey, can I come in?
Yeah, of course.
Oh. I didn't realize you'd redecorate so fast.
Oh yeah, this is a great space. I mean, may as well put it to use. Much more functional than my house on the ground.
I knew you'd appreciate it. So, I really want real talk. How are you feeling?
Real talk? Like shit. I feel like I got hit by a train. I didn't think I would ever see her face again. And now she's here, in the place that I literally helped build to get away from her.
I recognize her. I don't. She seems like someone big in your past.
You would have seen her. You know, I studied underneath an Eon priest. Of course.
Mm-hmm.
That's her.
Okay.
And remember when I was gone for a while after we worked out our contract, there was a period of time where I stopped showing up to our drops.
Yeah, that was weird. And then just out of nowhere, you came back and had changed your hair, changed. Something different happened. Was it the? And he taps the back of his own neck.
Yeah, she's the reason why I'm a nano.
You were really sad after that.
Well, you know, you think you can trust somebody. But for her, in her case, I guess she just wanted, I guess I was just a means to an end. She wanted to study nanites. And there I was, willing test subject. I didn't know things would go badly, but they did. And all I know is that when I woke up, everything hurt. And part of me was no longer human. Just metal wires and all of the shit that you help me repair sometimes.
I honestly think it's kind of cool.
I mean, a couple years ago, I would have disagreed with you and might have thrown you out of the vessel if you'd said that to my face. But lately, especially since Crimson, it has its uses. I am what I am. I'm still me. Just have some extra parts.
And for what it's worth, she can't take anything away from you like that anymore.
You know, I really hope you're right. I don't know why she's here. I know she's not here out of the goodness of her heart. I know that she's not here by some coincidence after all this time. And I don't know how to feel about it. I just started feeling settled in Remnant, and now I feel like I don't want to be here.
Doesn't that make you angry though? This is your home. This is your space. This is something that you carved out of this world that is your own. How dare she make you feel this way?
I mean, yeah, I'm pissed. But like, what am I supposed to do about that? I mean, I would love to just walk up to her and drop kick her or something, but that's not going to change anything.
I mean, it might.
I mean, yeah, I might need a metal leg afterwards. You saw those guards. Fuck, that would feel good though. If I could just get one good. Yeah, I mean, you're right. I'm fundamentally, I am angry. I'm just not sure how to channel it.
You know how Nova has that gym
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I used to go there all the time.
Maybe there's something like that here in the vessel. I haven't found something like that yet, but if people were supposed to live here, a lot of people were supposed to live here, they might have something like that.
I mean, this place is big enough. You could probably just spar in the hallway if you wanted to. But
So fine, let's do it.
well, I mean, padded floor might be a good idea. But I mean, also, I'm sure people have sparred in the hallway.
What you we can spar right now.
I mean, there's just move the tables. Sure.
And Verve is going to one-handed push a table off to the side.
Rochelle will
Tables.
assume hand-to-hand combat pose.
Oh, you can't see my hands. Come on. And he'll
You don't-
hold his hands up like this.
Your form is so weird. I always forget, like, you're a street fighter, not like a trained anything. Okay, fine. And Rashiel will kind of do a couple hooks, couple jabs, simple combos, nothing fancy.
Yeah. Verve will, like, try his best not to get his hands injured, but at some point, I imagine, like, he'll, like, as she's getting into the flow or something, he'll interrupt it and, like, shove her in the forehead or something like that.
What the fuck? Did you
Listen,
just...
In a fight, you're supposed to expect the unexpected, right?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were just gonna be a punching bag. I didn't know we were actually... Do you want to actually fight? We can fight.
I can take you.
Let's oh, okay, let's fucking go. And I like to think that as they trade blows, they kind of just match each other's. Because I mean, okay, you've studied Aikido as well, and
Yeah. I mean,
have
me
you
and
ever like sparred?
Kappa.
Yes.
Yeah.
When you spar with someone who's on the same level as you in Aikido, you're constantly looking for an in to.
It's closer to a dance.
Yeah, to you're constantly looking for an in to move their inertia against them.
Mhm.
But if that person is on the same level as you, it does look a lot more like a dance than sparring. You're never able to finish out those moves and like flip somebody over or anything like that. So I think that it's just that kind of thing where they're both here 100% and not able to. I'm not able to get your feet out from under you no matter how hard I try.
Yeah.
All right. Then as oh, Kappa, were you gonna say something?
Oh no, I was gonna say, like, listen, the trick is to watch the feet, not the hands.
I don't know.
But-
Why are you giving me advice? You haven't gotten me down either.
And you haven't
We're
got me
even.
down, and you're the
Okay.
you're the fighter. I'm just listen. I'm gonna go. This is
Okay.
fun. I hope it was helpful.
Fine, giving up.
Let's call it a pause for now.
Okay. And yeah, Verve. Yeah, that did help. Thank you for always being here.
Sure.
All right. As we end one sparring match, Nova continues her own down in the gym, and Licton finds themselves caught between new friends and old friends. I believe that is where we will call our session for tonight.
Whoo!
So yeah, hi everybody. Thanks for sticking with us. I know I had fun tonight. Reviewing the final form of the enemy in this game. So yeah, why don't we all quickly go around and introduce ourselves one last time and say what other stuff we're working on the internet and talk about our favorite parts of the session. Who's gonna go first? Plot twist, it's not gonna be me.
I'll do it
I'll
this
go.
time.
Okay.
I'm gonna beat you this time, Kappa.
That's fine.
Hi, I'm Mara. You can find me on Twitter at Archmage of Dice. For at least a couple more sessions, I'll be here on Saturday nights at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time playing Licton Battlesby, the Ennis Jack who rides lightning. I stream on my Twitch channel 3-4 days a week. Tomorrow morning I'll be streaming Golden Sun at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And on Saturdays, I run an Invisible Sun campaign at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And it's getting good. I think that's it. Oh, and on Sunday nights, starting on April 18th at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'll be running a D&D campaign set in the Shadowfell of my homebrew world of Etios here on Open for Adventure. Really awesome cast. It's going to be really cool. My favorite part was the whole interaction with Julia and Nova. Super cute.
Okay, I will go next. Hello, my name is Kappa. Also go by Christian in the TTRPG space. Played Verve, the dumbass Jack who touches the ding dang sky. Like Mayor said, find me on this channel for the next couple of weeks playing Verve before the series finale. You can also catch me on Kevin Kudo's channel on Twitch, where for Revenge of the Crit, a D&D game skinned for the Star Wars universe set in the Clone Wars between episodes 2 and 3. Fridays, you can catch me on Roads Uncharted Season 2, everywhere you can find your podcast, where I play Ro. I believe the most recent episode that released, it was a continuation of our guest appearance with Josh Simons. Really fun being able to play with him and get up to Inspector and investigation shenanigans. But as of right now, that's all of my projects, but there are some really cool things in the works that I can't talk about just yet. Maybe next week, hopefully. But yeah, for all updates on that, twitter.com @thekappa_Chris. My favorite part of the session was the little family moment that we had in the beginning, kind of discussing, where to go, discussing like, why we're not a nomadic group and why we're citizens of Remnant and all that stuff. That's like, we don't get enough of those, like, just family moments, just sitting around and talking to each other and discussing stuff. So I was really glad to be able to have one of those this season and this episode.
Before they go on, can I also, Alex, since Rashiel has talked about possibly wanting to travel, can we have a Licton and Rashiel travel spinoff?
Hey, I'm here for it.
Please.
One shots, let's go.
Yeah, there will be a buddy cop series.
Oh no, a fucking CBS limited time special. Oh my god.
I see, I have sold you all on the idea.
Winning idea. Seth, you want to go next? Oh, okay.
Oh, I have not gathered my thoughts.
Oh, I will gather them because they are few. That is the thing that Nova and I have in common sometimes. What's up? My name's Finley. You can find me on Twitter at Infernal Glow, where I just post a bunch of random nonsense, honestly. This is my only streamed game, so you can find me back here, same time, same place next week. My goodness gracious. Gather ye thoughts while ye may. And my favorite thing about this session is that at the end of, in addition to what other folks already said, like, we are sadly coming to the end of our run and we are starting to like see things sort of coming to the end of their arcs. So a lot of sort of callbacks to earlier stories. I loved Verve just saying, like, you don't have to worry about me running. And just, it was like some other little character moments that are the culmination of long growth and development feels.
Okay, that leaves me. Hi, I'm Seth. You can find me here every Saturday night playing Rashiel. Well, not every Saturday. I don't know how many more Saturdays we got, but until that's over, I'll be here being Rashiel. Also on Saturdays at noon Central, you can find me on Mare Feather's channel where I play why can't I ever get her character sentence right? I'm a fucking ardent. I weave stealth with sorcery, and I'm Order of the Weavers. My name is Zephyr. I have electric blue hair, and I like to blow up mirrors in my spare time.
Yeah, that was
As far as finding me online, I'm currently not active on Twitter because it's a fucking cesspool. I hate it. You can find me on Instagram where I post pictures of terrariums and cats at KillXJill with an extra X at the end for crunch. Otherwise, you can also find me here, where I intend to start streaming very soon after I build my PC, KillXJill, without the extra X, because it doesn't need extra crunch. Otherwise, I do have another upcoming project soonish. I don't think I can say anything yet, but you'll know more, I guess, as soon as I do. So I guess stay tuned for that. I'm excited about it. Otherwise, my favorite part was honestly just our little montage of being like, did you know we've only been here for 5 hours? I love that we all kept piggybacking off of each other for that energy of making something really like jarring hilarious was A+. I really enjoyed that whole scene was great.
Right, I think that's just me. Hello everybody, my name is Alex. I had the distinct pleasure of being the GM for tonight. You can find me on Twitter at AxolotLCure, where I'm currently pondering an RPG where you play as a ghost trying to steal a body for yourself called Poltergeist. I'm gonna find out what I want to do with that somehow.
Please.
You have two stats, Polter and
Heist.
Geist.
I need to see this.
In any case, yeah, this is my only streaming project currently, though that may change in the near future. Yeah, that's pretty much all I've got. In terms of favorite parts of the session, I had a lot of favorite parts of this session. I liked a lot of what happened. I liked a lot of the unintentional foreshadowing that my players did, talking about how Remnant is or is not like Charmand. And then this session happened. That was great. I also really liked Verve coming in like an absolute himbo. Hey, you know that act of domestic terrorism I committed a while ago? Why don't we just do the opposite of that?
God, right after I just tried to defend your ass.
Right, yeah.
The timing was so good.
I know, it was so good.
Oh, it was so good.
Listen, I saw an opportunity for chaos and I had to take it. I had
God.
to.
Alex, is that just the GM intrusion cabinet
Yes,
it for you?
Yeah,
It was right
you
there.
really did it for me, Kappa. I was trying to think of some way I could put Kaya on the scent, but no, you really got that for me.
The Verve just kicks in the door.
It was me.
Oh my gosh. Oh jeez.
So good.
Yeah, so I think that's it. If you enjoyed tonight's stream and you're interested in potentially looking at Numenera or other fine Monte Cook Games products like Invisible Sun, where you can do such exciting, wonderful things as become enemies with mirrors or talk to cats with centipedes for tails, you can use the
Best cat.
You can use the
Longest cat.
The best.
What is it? The discount code Open for Adventure on the Monte Cook Games online store and get a discount on anything you might be interested in purchasing. And I think that is it. That's all I've got.
We just have warm fuzzies, but also I will defend wrong cats to my dying breath.
Wrong cats.
Then you're gonna have to because they're awful.
I love them.
Nothing will beat Mrs. Nusselt being a sass master. Anyway, we have the warm fuzzies for tonight. We've got the OG. We've got Bel Chavez.
Bel
Chavez. What's up?
We've got Elle from L Street Gaming.
Thank you,
Street
Elle.
Gaming.
We've got Rick O.
Rico.
Go.
Oh, there's an O. It's right there. It's in the middle. 2 L's.
We have Strix.
Strix.
Deborah.
Deborah.
And last but not least, we have Blessed Elua.
Blessed
Elua.
Elua.
And I
We
think
need like a choir sound effect.
That's as good as it's gonna fucking get right now, you guys.
Yep. I think that's it, everybody. We'll see you next week. Have a nice night, everyone. Bye. Oh, and see the cat. Say hi to the cats. Hi, cat.
Bye, Albert.
Bye.